cascade losing steam. Spent Exilizer has been retired.
Hello people, this is the Garuda that I took to level cap, and the star of the show here was this Kubra dog here with stock, because it'll go invisible, make us invisible. That's not needed. That was from something else. Put this in. Anything there, doesn't really matter. We can heal the companion with this. The mecha set is going to help too. Critical damage, standard bond mods, attack. But the main thing here is the making us invisible, and it will stay invisible too. It'll clone itself as well, if I'm not mistaken. Duplex bond, yes. So it'll clone itself. It's going to inherit our status chance and critical chance here, and critical damage is just crazy on the dog anyway. So these two are being buffed from us through these two mods. More status damage. So I'll be able to do a lot of damage like that. And the way we will be killing is between using the 1 and the 4. So we'll activate the 4, that'll make every instance of damage turn into slash damage. Then you're going to jump on enemies with the 1, then you're going to hold cast to detonate it, and that accumulated damage will then turn into massive slash proc in nuke hole rooms. We've got Nourish for slash damage increase, free energy, and between these two you're just going to have infinite energy and infinite health regen. And then this is your sort of nuke abilities here. So you're going to be casting 4, activating your Nourish, casting 4, jumping on an enemy and detonating it. I'll show how it looks. Very, very simple and extremely strong, and it'll scale all the way up to level cap virtually effortlessly. So if we look at this, look at my energy. 2, 4, 5. Cast Nourish goes down to nothing, but then we give up some health with casting 3, and look at the energy, back full again. So between just playing and casting abilities, between the 2 and the 3, we'll have infinite energy. Look at this. We'll never have energy issues, no matter what we do. It can go on infinitely. And that is because of Molt Reconstruct. So this is the mods in Garuda. Blending Talons is just going to cast the 4 very quick for us. We can still hold it down to cast it and get a bigger area. If I'm not mistaken, it's a bigger area if you hold it down and cast it, but here you can just tap it and cast. Put slash all around us with a radius of 23 meters, and it'll increase the combo chance on Garuda's Talons if you're using them, but we don't care about that. So this is the sort of stats you want. Decent strength, decent range, decent duration. We don't need to care about efficiency because, like we said, Molt Reconstruct with Nourish is going to just give us constant upkeep on energy, more strength here, bit of shield gating too if we need it. Here we have this, but we could drop this for a little bit more shield gating, and we're going to have Overguard here if we need it. But back to Garuda. We will be able to trigger 60% strength when we heal ourselves if we lose health, which we pretty much won't because we'll be invisible all the time. So the Paris is another star of the show here. Massive status chance on the dog. because he'll inherit that status chance here. Using this. It's giving us all that status chance. And the evolutions are that. Here you could use, this if you want to, in case you get in a tight spot and you need to kill, which, it probably won't happen. But then you could also just keep this out for more shield gating, but you probably won't need it. That's just a standard sort of epitaph with various stats effects, and it's set up for shield gating and giving overguard. I would just keep in a gun you're comfortable with, that you can maybe fit Fortifier on and Auger Pact. I like this gun, but the main things we're caring about here is these two. Here we have just Praedos, melee influence to get us around quicker. The evolutions are this. And the dog, we've already seen. Mega set. So, what you want to do is Action Rush, get your health up, down, low. You're slashing everybody with the 4. Now, look at that. Now, we'll go invisible hopefully. We're invisible. Jump on an enemy with 1. Flick, slashing everybody. Hold 1, let go. And look at that damage. So the gameplay loop is just using the 2 and 3 upkeep constant energy, inflicting slashing every 4, jumping on an enemy with the 1, and detonating it. So if you look at just 2 and 3 as your energy management, then we can just look at the actual damage of it. It's going to just be through casting 4 in a big area. You jump on an enemy, you've caught that with 1, cast to 4, and all these enemies, and you hold 1 to let go, and it'll nuke them. But usually the dog will do that for you as well. So let's take the dog off and just showcase the raw damage of Garuda. So, got full energy, cast 1 on an enemy, and we can cast it again, and cast it again, accumulate this over the duration of the ability. Then we can see we're up at 2 million, and put slash on them with 4, and if we hold this down and expend all our energy, look at the amount of damage it's going to do. Absolutely astronomical levels of damage. So that's sort of the gameplay loop of it. Not using the abilities at all, just using the dog to keep us invisible and kill him with abilities, and it'll go to level cap very, very easily. Nobody will really notice you at all. Plus, look at this iframes on 4. See, we've got a decent amount of iframes there. Plus, we can also tap it because of that augment to get us out of sticky situations. And we get iframes when we jump on an enemy as well, as we can see. And when we detonate it, we don't get any iframes. But, typically everything in the room will be dead after that detonation. So once again, 2 and 3 is your energy management, sacrifice 1 to gain another, and then you want to do slash on the room, where you hold it down, get a bigger AoE, and then you jump on an enemy, hold 1, and detonate it. And that's going to be as complex as this really gets. Also, you're going to want to maybe get a bit of overguard for the dog, so you can melee them like that. Ridiculous levels of damage.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit.
So all instances of damage will turn into slash when you trigger the 4. So just a little fun bit of information here. We take the Sobek and we inflict them slash. Acid shells will then become slash. The exploding acid shells are now slash. I'm not aware if it's the same for melee influence, we'll have a look. Might be. a bit difficult to tell. But you know, if you don't want to use the Paredos and you feel like you've got enough parkour velocity, because the shards are like fast and speed, strength, parkour velocity, strength, fast and speed. But you could drop this and you know you could take Garuda's talons. This is how this is set up. These are just really, really strong. Got melee influence in them. Let's show how they are. Again, I would only ever use these to give the dog some overguard in the beginning, then get yourself invisible and mute with abilities. So now I've got the dog, 1,200 overguard. Got decent damage on the claws. The infect everything slash. And it's just ludicrous. So we can jump into a mission now and we'll showcase the sort of gameplay loop, how it would work.
These foes deserve your respect. Honor them with quick deaths, and I with your victory.
So we'll hopefully go invisible quite quickly. We'll get overguard for the dog.
Hold on.
And then we'll be able to just nuke with abilities. There we go, we're invisible. And, you know, we can start to nuke everybody now. And so scale up to level cap very easily. As you can see, there's no issue with the damage. And we're pretty much invisible. We're completely fine. Well, let's say we'll lose the dog to let Angstrom. Say our dog dies or violence appears and we can't be invisible. You can just rely on the 4 shield gate and the 1 and hopefully get back to invisible very quick. You've seen how quickly we got back to invisible there. See if we can get some overguard and then get invisible again. See if we can get some overguard for the dog too, then we'll be pretty much totally fine.
I've delivered a life support capsule to the area. Activating it will buy you more time.
Dog's got some overguard, so do we. But it's more so the dog you want to upkeep the overguard on because you know, he's going to be the one more at risk than us. So we've got a lot of overguard, that should do us. And the dog's got a decent amount, he's got his max that he can get right now. As we can see, we can just chill, invisible, and upkeep our infinite energy by sacrificing health to get energy, vice versa. And look at that. Now we do need to charge the Paris, which I've forgotten about. So we'll do that. Bolster his critical chance a little bit as well now.
life support capsule is now available.
So it's a very, very comfortable way to play. But it's a lot of button presses. And the dog nuked before we got the chance to there, which is going to happen quite a lot. Doesn't seem to have much line of sight checks as well when you nuke with that ability. And we also forgot to mention the passive, 100% on the bottom of the screen down there. I think it just gives us a maximum 100% damage. I think it's multiplicative if I'm not mistaken. Best to keep the 2 and 3 best now and then. That'll keep that viral, which will be applied on the 4 as well. And upkeep that energy management. And there we go, there's an acolyte. And boom, one shot. And it's going to be the same all the way up to level cap, because as their health increases, the damage is going to increase. And you know, if we jump on an enemy that's below 50 or 40% health, I think it is, they'll just instantly die. Yes, ludicrous levels damage. But then I'll do. Cheers.